Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while. It's been kind of crazy here at the hide, so trying to get some content out. It's been a little bit of a to-do here as of late, but we do have another rifle out on the bench for you guys today. Another one of the Ruger American Ranch rifles. This is one of the 16.5-inch barreled bolt action rifles from Ruger. If you guys have followed the channel for any length of time, you know that so far I have reviewed the 5.56, the 6.5 Creed, and now the 300 Blackout. So and also the 7.62x39. I reviewed that one too. So this one kind of falls right in line with that kind of philosophy of use in a bolt action style compact carbine, something to kind of be able to tote around with you. I did throw this is a 3.5 or a 2.5 to 10 power sight mark scope, some Leopold rings. I do have the YHM flash hider on it. We are going to suppress it in a later video, but for today I just wanted to review it as is. Much like a lot of you guys, I know you don't have suppressors, so you kind of want to see what these things do right out of the box with just regular ammunition, the way that they are, you know, unsuppressed. So there's nothing been done to it other than I did notch out the little half moon here so that way you could adequately access the mag release. But we're going to try 5 different loads at 110 yards, 5 shots apiece. I am going to pause in between every fifth shot and let the barrel kind of cool a little bit before we move on to the next load, but we'll see what it does. So we're going to start off with some Winchester White Box. I didn't even know this was a thing. It's been so long since I have even looked at 300 Blackout. There are quite a few different loads available now. I just picked up a few of what my local gun shop had. These are 147 grain FMJ. They were about $20 a box. This is brass case, so you can reload them. I think there are some velocities advertised on here. At the muzzle, 1920. So kind of slow for what it is, but overall should be a decent little plinking load. So we'll see what kind of accuracy and precision we can get out of this guy here. This rifle does come with a 10-round PMag, much like the others do, especially the 5.56 especially. I have not done anything with the trigger, so it is exactly out of the box. Now, if you're looking for a full review, kind of revert back to my original 5.56 video and get into a little bit more detail of the rifle. But first things first, let's try 5 of these and see what happens. Last one of these here. All right, and about what I expect out of a bulk, kind of somewhat of a bulk load, but overall not terrible. Definitely minute of steel target. So let's try some. Now this is some PPU 125 grain. This is a hollow point boat tail. There are no advertised velocities on this stuff. So let's try 5 of these, see what happens. I have only up until this point just shot a few rounds to get it on paper. Other than that, this is the first time this rifle has actually been shot. So I'm going to go ahead and load this magazine up, guys. We'll let the barrel cool for a few minutes, and then we'll shoot our next group. Alright guys, we've got our magazine loaded with our 5 rounds of the PPU, the 125 grain hollow point boat tail. Let's see what 5 of these will do. Man, that one went flying. goodness. And that's about what I expect out of PPU. Usually that stuff is absolutely all over the place. Now I did not expect that much of a spread. That could have partially been me. We did look like had 3, maybe 4 shots that looked okay. Then one right close to the center, so I don't know what that was about. But anyway, let's let this cool for a few minutes. And I've got some 110 grain Hornady Black VMAX here, some VMAX. Be interested to see how well these do. This is definitely a more expensive load. This stuff I think was around 27 bucks for the box, so definitely probably not stuff that you're just going to take out and plink with, but we'll see what it'll do here. So we got these loaded up. Let's let the barrel cool down for a few minutes and we'll try our hand at these. Alright, so we got our magazine back in here. Let's try 5 of these Hornady Black. Again, these are the 110 grain VMAX. So let's see what we can get with these. Last one of these. Looks like a pretty decent group. That 10 power scope, it's kind of hard to tell on that black, but we'll take a look after we get done shooting. Alright, so we've got 5 of the Hornady Black. Now I also picked up this Frontier, which to my knowledge I believe is loaded by, I don't know if it's loaded by Hornady, but they do use Hornady bullets as it says here on the box. But these are 125 grain, just FMJ, so they are nothing fancy. And I think these, I want to say these were around the $20 mark for the box, so maybe a little less. Honestly, can't remember on that. Maybe $18 to $20, I believe. So we'll try 5 of these. Now these did have an advertised velocity of 2175, and I do apologize. There was a 2375 advertised velocity on the Hornady Black, but again, that was a 110 grain VMAX, so those bullets are cooking a little bit more than the rest of these, but be interested to see what these here do. So we'll try 5 of these at 110. See what happens, but we'll let the barrel cool for a few minutes and see what it does. All right, magazine loaded up. Let's try 5. Hopefully we can do this rifle some justice. Do love the action on these Ruger rifles. It is smooth. That one got away from us. With the exception of that one I pulled, that's not terrible considering the type of ammo. I'll be honest, I've shot some of the was it the 223 or 556 in this Frontier stuff, and it has not been that great, I'm not going to lie. So I wasn't really expecting a whole lot out of that, but it didn't look too bad through the scope. And then finally, our buddy Lucas up at Ace had some of this Barnell. I didn't even know they were making steel case 300 black, but this is 145 grain. This is polymer coated, so this is kind of like the Wolf Polyformance, I would say, but you can tell it's got kind of a slick coating on the outside of the steel case. So let's try 5 of these. I'm really anxious to see if these will even hold a group. It would not surprise me if it doesn't, but I think these were like, I want to say he had them at around $12 a box. So if they do shoot decent, it's definitely something to look into as far as just a cheap plinking load, if there is such a thing in 300 black. But let's try and see what these do. We'll wait a couple of minutes, let this barrel cool, and see what happens. All right, guys, got our mag loaded. Let's try and see what these steel case 300 black cartridges will do. Again, these are 145 grain, and there is no advertised velocity on these either that I could find. So it's kind of up in the wind as far as that goes, but final target here, we'll see what happens. Oh, that one shot all the way up into the other target. Nice. Awesome. Final shot. Wow, that's actually not that bad. That last shot, I kind of jacked it up, but overall, steel case, we'll take that any day of the week. So let me go down. I'll grab the target for us. I'll bring it back up. We'll get a final look at our group sizes for our different ammunitions here. We'll take a quick look at the rifle and scope setup and give you some final thoughts. Hey guys, welcome back. I ran down, grabbed our target real fast, so let's take a look and see what we got here. So first one up is going to be this Winchester White Box FMJ 147 grain. So this is what we got with this one. So we've got these 4 here, this guy all the way up here in the top right. This here isn't too bad. I mean, I'll take that any day of the week out of Winchester White Box for the price paid. Was that me or the ammo? It was probably me, but I'll leave that up to you to decide. Next one up, we've got the 125 grain hollow point boat tail PPU. So we had, I believe, 4 shots right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So a nice little cluster, and then one down here. I have no idea what that was about. I didn't feel like I did anything any different than that, but you know, who knows? Who knows? Next one up is going to be our 110 grain Hornady Black. This is the 110 grain VMAX. Awesome looking load. So, of course, guys, there's always got to be that one. I swear, one of these days, I'm going to learn how to shoot a dang rifle, and then I'm going to put all 5 into the same hole, and it's going to be glorious. But for today, we've got 1 off to the corner here, and then 4 really nice clustered. So the rifle can definitely shoot. The accuracy and precision is there. It just depends on whether or not you're there, I guess. But next one up is going to be this Frontier. So these have the Hornady bullets in them. This is 125 grain FMJ, and it didn't do bad. It didn't do bad at all, actually. I know I said previously that I haven't had good luck with it in 223, but however, this, you know, every rifle's different. So nice little grouped cluster here. Then, of course, we got our 1 all the way up there at the top. And probably the most surprising out of all these loads, the steel case Barnell. So our poly-coated steel case, 145 grain FMJ. And look here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then of course we've got our one off to the side. Wouldn't want to dick that up for myself, but guys, even just those 4, I will take that any day of the week out of a steel case cartridge. You save a little bit of money, buy that stuff, be able to shoot a little bit more. Ammo is still stupid expensive, so trying to save a few dollars when we can, guys, I don't blame you a bit. So I think the rifle will shoot. It definitely, actually, honestly, shoots a little bit better than I figured it would. And again, I'm using a 2.5 to 10 power by 32 sight mark. This is a Core TX DCR scope, so it's got your standard crosshair reticle with some BDC dots. I actually, as bad as I hate to admit it, I actually really like this scope. It is extremely clear, and the adjustments seem to be really, really precise, and it fits the rifle. It fits the style of the rifle. It's more of a compact scope. It's not too overbearing, and I think it just fits the philosophy of this rifle really, really well. But I tell you guys, it's definitely something to take a look at if you're a 300 Black fan. Gives you some other avenue of shooting that cartridge if you have a lot of it banked up. So kind of why not, you know? Definitely stay tuned. I'm going to get some suppressed shooting. I can't wait to see how well this will group suppressed. So like some 220 grain loads, just to see if it'll throw a good cluster or not. We'll probably try those at I don't know, 50 and probably 100 yards just to see what they do. This was at 110. Didn't mind stretching these out a little bit since they are supersonic, but those subsonic 300 blackout drops like a brick after about 75 yards. So we may only do 100 just to kind of see what it does with that. But if you guys have stuck around this long, just know that I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys watching. And what I would like for you to do is to comment down below, share this video on your social media, and I'm going to do a giveaway. So I'm not going to advertise the giveaway in the description, but if you stuck around this long, I know you guys, some of you all have stuck around with me for a while, so I definitely want to show some appreciation. So just comment down below. Let me know that you have shared this video on your social media, and the next video I post, I'm going to do a small giveaway, and I'll get your details and send you a couple little items just to say thanks for y'all sticking with me and watching over the years. But if you got any questions on this, guys, feel free to post them up as well. Hit me up over on the Facebook page. We do have a Patreon. That's one of the reasons why I haven't been doing as much lately. It's just so expensive to do videos anymore without any ad revenue from YouTube. But if you're so inclined to donate, hit me up over on the Patreon page. If I get that thing built up, I'll start doing some Patreon stuff for you all. But as always, shoot straight. Later.